In this video, we will be looking at how to set up Astra traffic monitoring with GCP mirroring. All the required resources such as source instance, target, backend, load balancer must belong to the same VPC. All mirror sources must be in the same project, VPC network and Google Cloud region. Health checks must be enabled on the target backend, and firewall rules must allow mirror traffic to the collector. Step 1 is create the target compute instances. If you already have the target instances, skip this step. So here, as we can see, we have the target instance, and the source instance should also be part of the VPC and region as the target instance. Step 2 is to create a health check. Let's go to health checks. Health checks. So in this health check, I have a health check which is on protocol TCP and port 80. Later in the stages, we will be using this health check in a particular load balancer. So create health check and TCP port 80, and that's it, create it. So you should be having something like this: TCP protocol and port 80. Next, so we have to create an instance group. Since we created one target, let's say we have multiple targets, what we need to do is add all of the targets into a target group, instance group. In this case, I have only one target instance, so I add on that only to the instance group. But in case I have target instance 1, target instance 2, and target instance 3 to 4 and 5, etc., I have to add all of them to the instance group. Let's go to instance groups. Instance groups. So here I have a target instance group. If I click on this, now this is also being used by a load balancer. We will look at that real quick. So the VM instances that are part of this target instance group is target that I showed in earlier. To create a new instance group, all you have to do is create an instance group, name your instance group, and name your instance group, select your network, and just go ahead and select your VMs to attach them to the instance group. So let's go to the next step. So now we have to create the backend service and the forwarding roles. The step 4 and step 5 are part of creating the load balancer. So let's go to load balancing. So I do have an load balancer here. So the type of load balancer we need to select is an internal pass-through load balancer. So the steps are clear. We go to network services, load balancing, and backend services. So to create a backend service, we just name the service, and we want the backend service to be internal. That is what I meant by internal pass-through load balancer. Let's just quickly see how to create one. Create a load balancer. You need to go to network load balancer. Next, it's not a proxy load balancer, it's a pass-through load balancer. Next, internal pass-through. Next, and create a load balancer. So once you create it, you will have to create your settings for backend and frontend. The backend is nothing but your The backend is nothing but your target instance group that the traffic will be mirrored to, and you have to add your health check to it that you created earlier. The front end is and similarly follow the steps for your front end. Let's go to the help doc. So here is your settings for the front end configuration. So name and your internal again, and select the same subnetwork, and 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 this is the step 6. You have to first create the firewall rules. You can either edit the previous firewall rules or create your own. So in this case, just for clarity, I've created my own rules, that is allow SSH, allow HTTP, and allow return traffic. So let's just go see what has been created. Firewall policies. So here I have settings of allow HTTP, allow SSH, and yeah, allow return traffic. So let's just create a firewall policy. Once again, create a firewall rule. So here you name your firewall rule, and then you would select your network, that is default for me. Select the specific tags, or you want to all the networks, all the instances in the network depending on your requirement. Take the TCP option and select the port according to the rule. So if we go to the help doc, for SSH you need 22, for HTTP you need 80, and for this one we need a range that is 1024 to 65535. That's the last. So for testing purposes, you can trust all of the sources to make sure it works. And coming to the last step, which makes packet mirroring possible. So we go to packet mirroring. Packet mirroring. So in packet mirroring, we will have to assign the source and the backend. Backend is your source and target. So once you're in packet mirroring, you will have to select what is your source instance and where is the traffic going to be directed to. That is your target. In this case, your source is a source instance seen earlier, that is running the backend service or the application, your business application, and the other side of the mirroring is your load balancer that contains a target instance group. So I have a policy my mirroring. So the collected destination is my internal pass-through load balancer, and specific VM instance is source, that is where it is being mirrored from. I can either edit to show you how it is done. Policy name, continue. So I selected the individual instances. So where do we forward to? You forward to the forwarding rule. Mirror all IPv4 traffic, and then we press submit. And once that's done, we go to the virtual machines to access our backend service. So this is this target instance. So here we will be receiving the network packets from the source instance. So here, this is the application running in the source instance. Let's hit it. Now we got a welcome to Nginx page. We should be seeing the trace in the packet processor running in the target instance. Yes, we did receive the trace from the source instance. Now this packet processor will in turn send the hotel span to our traffic collector. And here's the screen where we receive the hotel trace from the traffic collector. And here's the screen where we receive the hotel trace from our packet processor running in our target instance. So first of all, you have to go to integrations in our Astra dashboard and scroll down until you find GCP packet mirroring. Press connect. Connect. Write a note if you would like to. Copy the sensor ID and note it somewhere safely. You will be using this when you will have to set up your Astra packet processor that is going to be running in a target instance. For now, let's complete. In the dashboard, head to the API endpoint section. So the endpoints which you hit right now should be visible in the API endpoints section of your dashboard. Thank you.